Financial struggle is one of the heaviest tests a person can experience. It doesn't just affect your wallet, it affects your heart, your confidence, your sleep, your relationships, and even your ability to think clearly. When money becomes tight, life starts to feel like a constant battle. Every day feels heavier than the day before. Maybe you are at a point where you check your pockets and you already know there is nothing there. You go to the shop and you start calculating every small thing. If I buy this, what will I have left? Should I skip this? Can I manage without it? Even essential things start to feel like luxuries. You see others spending freely, traveling, buying things, eating out, and you silently ask yourself, Ya Allah, why is my life like this right now? That question lives inside your chest, and sometimes it hurts more than the situation itself. But let me tell you something important, something that can change the way your heart feels. Financial struggle does not mean Allah is angry with you. It does not mean you are a failure. It does not mean your story is over. Allah says in the Qur'an that He is the one who expands rizq and restricts rizq for whom He wills. Both expansion and restriction are part of His wisdom. Sometimes He gives you a lot to test your gratitude. Sometimes He gives you little to test your patience, to bring you closer, to wake up your heart, to strengthen your faith. And sometimes Allah restricts your wealth to protect you from something you cannot see. Many people don't realize how deeply money affects their emotions. When you don't have enough, you start feeling tired for no reason. You feel frustrated at yourself. You feel embarrassed when people ask about your job or your plans. You feel pressure from your family and pressure from society. You feel like you're falling behind in life. You start questioning everything. Why isn't my hard work paying off? Why do I keep trying and nothing changes? Why is life so heavy right now? And because money problems are sensitive, you might not tell anyone. You keep the pain inside your heart. You smile in front of others, but inside you are fighting a silent battle every moment of the day. When you lie down at night, the worries don't stop. They grow louder. They sit on your chest like weight. You try to sleep, but your mind keeps running. How will I pay this? How will I manage that? When will this end? But here is the part you must truly understand. Your situation is seen by Allah. Not a single moment of your stress is ignored. Not a single tear, not a single worry, not a single sleepless night is overlooked. Allah knows exactly what you are going through. Allah knows the people who depend on you. Allah knows how hard you are trying. Allah knows the pain you carry silently. Allah knows the doors that feel closed in your face. And Allah also knows the door He is preparing to open for you. Sometimes, financial struggle is not a punishment, it is a path back to Allah. When everything in life becomes easy, human hearts become relaxed, sometimes too relaxed. But when things become tough, the heart wakes up. It remembers where true help comes from. You might think you are alone in your struggle, but you are not. Temporary difficulty is part of everyone's journey. Every believer has moments when they feel lost, moments when they feel stuck, moments when nothing seems to move forward. This is not a sign of defeat. It is a sign that Allah wants to bring you closer to Him, to give you something better, something pure, something with barakah. There are hidden blessings inside your situation. Yes, blessings inside struggle. For example, 1. You learn to rely on Allah completely. When you have no one else, Allah becomes enough. 2. You become more grateful for small things. Even a small help feels like a big mercy. 3. Your heart becomes softer. You understand the pain of others because you've lived it. You start making sincere dua. You stop reciting words and you start talking to Allah from your heart. You discover your inner strength. You realize you can handle more than you thought. And the most beautiful blessing, financial struggle makes you remember that rizq never depended on people. It always came from Allah. People might close doors. Opportunities might disappear. Work might stop. Plans might fail. But rizq, sustenance, was never tied to those things. It was tied to Allah. And Allah is never restricted. Allah is never limited. Allah is never unable. Your job, your business, your ability, the market, the economy, they are just tools. Allah is the provider. Allah is our rizq, the one who gives without limit, without fear of shortage. So when your money becomes tight, do not think your life is over. Think of it as a sign that your story is about to change. a sign that Allah wants you to turn to Him with a clean, hopeful heart, a sign that your next chapter is being prepared, even if you cannot see it yet. Your financial struggle is not the end of your journey, it is the beginning of your transformation. And this 7-day Qur'anic formula you're about to follow is not magic, it's a way to reconnect your heart to the one who controls all rizq. It's a way to bring barakah into your life. It's a way to prepare yourself for the blessings you've been praying for. Before we begin with the steps, just breathe, slow down, and remind yourself, my rizq is written. My story is not stuck, and Allah will not leave me empty. Because the truth is, He never has and He never will. When a person wants to change their financial life, the very first change doesn't happen in their bank account. It doesn't happen in their job. It doesn't happen in their business. It begins inside their heart. This is the truth the Quran teaches us. Allah does not change your condition until you change what is within yourself. Your rizq, your ease, your growth. It all begins with the mindset you carry and the way your heart sees the world. Most people think money problems start outside. They blame the economy, the lack of opportunities, their boss, their family, or their circumstances. They believe that if only something around them changed, their life would immediately get better. But the Quran teaches something much deeper. When your heart and trust align with Allah, doors begin to open from places you never imagined. When your inner world shifts, your outer world follows. You must understand that your rizq is written. Your sustenance has been written for you long before you were born. No one can touch what is meant for you. No one can block the income, the opportunity, or the blessing that carries your name. But this doesn't mean you sit idle or wait for things to fall from the sky. Your effort is part of your servanthood. When you move, when you try, when you take even a small step, Allah places barakah in your path and guides your efforts toward what is best for you. A believer works, tries, and trusts. A believer puts effort in dunya but keeps their heart attached to Allah. Your work is your worship. Your effort is your ibadah. And when Allah sees your sincerity, He opens doors that effort alone could never open. One of the greatest truths you must understand is that wealth is not measured by numbers. Abundance is not about how much you have. True rizq is not only money, it is barakah. You may have a small income, yet Allah fills it with blessing until it feels like more than enough. And you may have a large income, yet it disappears without benefit because the blessing is missing. Barakah is the silent miracle that makes little feel like plenty. And this barakah comes through gratitude, through living honestly, through halal earnings, through avoiding sins, and through keeping your heart connected to Allah instead of dunya. Every hardship you face, even financial hardship, is part of Allah's training for your soul. Many people feel crushed by difficulty. They believe their life is falling apart, but Allah tells us that with hardship there is ease, not after hardship, but with it. That means while you are struggling, while you feel lost, while you feel trapped, there is already a hidden ease walking beside you. You may not see it yet, but it is written. Your difficulty is polishing you, shaping you, strengthening your heart, and preparing you for the blessings you are making dua for. When you are low financially, Allah is not pushing you away. He is pulling you closer. He is teaching you patience. He is building your reliance. He is reminding you who truly controls your story. Hardship is not a punishment, it is a transformation. You must also understand one of the spiritual laws of rizq: what you give for the sake of Allah comes back to you multiplied. Charity doesn't reduce wealth. It increases it. It purifies your income, removes hidden blocks, attracts barakah, and unlocks ease. Even the smallest amount given with sincerity can become a reason for major blessings. When you give purely for Allah, you are silently saying, my wealth does not come from dunya, it comes from you, Ya Allah. And Allah responds to that trust. Another major shift that must happen in your mindset is letting go of dependency on people. Many financial problems continue because people expect too much from others. They expect help, support, opportunities, favors, or relief from human beings. But depending too much on people always leads to disappointment. The Quran reminds us that whoever relies on Allah, He becomes enough for them. When you stop expecting from people and turn fully toward Allah, help begins to arrive from unexpected places. Doors open quietly, solutions appear effortlessly, hearts soften, paths clear, and opportunities are created for you as if they were waiting all along. Your dua is your strongest tool. in this journey. When you raise your hands, you are speaking directly to the one who controls every form of rizq in the universe. Your dua is not ignored. Allah hears every whisper. Sometimes He answers immediately. Sometimes He delays for a better time. Sometimes He gives you more than what you asked. And sometimes He protects you from something that wouldn't have been good for you. But your dua always moves something in your life, even if you can't see it yet. Never underestimate the power of a sincere dua made in the quiet of the night, or in moments of stress, or when your heart is breaking. You must bring your mindset from scarcity to trust. When money is low, people fall into fear. They begin thinking that opportunities are gone, life is unfair, things will never improve, and everyone else is ahead of them. These thoughts weaken the heart and block rizq. But the Quran teaches the opposite mindset. Allah can open a door for you from anywhere. Allah can give you in a second what you couldn't earn in years. Allah can take you from the lowest point to the highest level with one moment of His mercy. When your heart believes this, you stop seeing your life as stuck, and you start seeing it as guided. Financial change begins when the heart softens, when trust increases, and when your thinking aligns with the Quran. When you understand that Allah is the provider, the controller, the one who opens and closes doors according to wisdom, then your stress reduces and your hope grows. You begin to feel calm, even before your situation improves. And that calmness is a sign that Allah is preparing something for you. This mindset is the foundation of the entire 7-day formula. When your inner world changes, your outer world follows. When your trust rises, your rizq rises. When your heart becomes rooted in the Quran, your life becomes rooted in barakah. Now that your heart is starting to understand the deeper truth about rizq, the next step of this journey is learning how to align your daily life with the teachings of the Quran. Because financial change doesn't only come from hoping or wishing, it comes from taking small, consistent actions that invite Allah's mercy into your life. And sometimes these actions are so simple that people ignore them, yet they hold the power to change your entire situation. One of the first actions is reconnecting yourself with the Quran every single day, even if it's just a few verses. Many people think they need to read long pages to feel the benefit, but Allah's guidance doesn't depend on the number of pages. Sometimes one verse is enough to open your eyes, calm your heart, and give you strength for the whole day. When you read the Quran with intention, you're not just reading words, you are allowing Allah to speak to your heart. You are letting His guidance enter your thoughts, your decisions, and your mindset. And when your mind becomes aligned with Allah's words, your life starts moving in the right direction. Imagine starting your morning not with stress, not with worry about bills, not with fear of the future, but with a verse of the Quran that reminds you that Allah is with you. Imagine giving your heart this gift every single day. Imagine how different your decisions would be, how different your energy would feel, how different your days would become. This simple habit can turn your entire life from chaos to clarity. Another action is prayer. Not just praying because it's an obligation, but praying like someone who knows that their rizq, their peace, their direction, and their future come from Allah. When you stand in salah with a heavy heart, something beautiful happens. Your burden begins to melt. You may not feel it immediately, but with every prayer, Allah is removing a part of your stress, a part of your fear, a part of your confusion. Salah anchors you. It reminds you who controls your life. It reminds you that your situation is temporary, but Allah is permanent. It reminds you that your struggle is seen, your tears are seen, and your effort is seen. And then there is dua. Not ordinary dua, but dua made with sincerity and certainty. When you speak to Allah with a heart that truly believes He can change your life in a second, your dua becomes powerful. You are not speaking to the universe. You are not speaking to fate. You are speaking directly to the one who created your destiny. And He has the power to rewrite your story in a moment. Maybe you've been making dua for years. Maybe you feel like nothing is changing. But what you don't realize is that your dua has been working all along. Every time you raise your hands, Allah stores your dua. He protects you, guides you, and prepares you before giving you what you're asking for. Your dua is never wasted. Your dua is never ignored. Your dua is part of the process that leads you to the moment when everything finally shifts. But dua alone is not enough. There is something else the Quran teaches. Something often forgotten. It is the power of gratitude. When you start practicing gratitude intentionally, even for small things, Allah opens the doors of increase. Gratitude is not just a feeling, it is a spiritual law. Allah Himself promises, "If you are grateful, I will increase you." This promise is real, it is active, it is life-changing. Even when you feel like you have nothing, you can still thank Allah for the little that remains. And when you do, that little becomes the key to more. Many people wait for big blessings to say, Alhamdulillah. But the ones who experience true barakah are the ones who say, Alhamdulillah in the middle of their struggle, when money is tight, when life is uncertain, when the future is unclear. These are the people Allah raises, these are the hearts Allah never abandons. Part of aligning with the Quran also involves cleaning your life from things that block blessings. Sometimes rizq is delayed not because Allah doesn't want to give it, but because something in our lifestyle blocks it. It may be dishonesty, cheating, lying, earning through doubtful means, mistreating people, or breaking someone's heart. Rizq is not only about money, it is also about character. When you fix what is wrong inside yourself, Allah begins to fix what is happening around you. Sometimes the biggest block in our money is arrogance or ego. Person may think they can succeed without Allah. They forget to thank. They forget to return to Him. They forget humility. And so Allah reminds them through hardship. He lowers them so He can raise them. He tightens their wealth so they remember who truly controls it. But when the heart becomes humble again, doors begin to open again. Another powerful action is taking responsibility. You cannot change what you do not acknowledge. The Quran teaches accountability, the ability to face your mistakes, your habits, your distractions, and your weaknesses honestly. Maybe you spend too much. Maybe you avoid responsibility. Maybe you delay important tasks. Maybe you waste time. Maybe you rely on hope without effort. When you look at yourself honestly and begin fixing these patterns, Allah rewards that honesty with barakah. Rizq flows where discipline exists. Rizq flows where honesty exists. Rizq flows where effort exists. Rizq flows where the heart is humble. Rizq flows where Allah is remembered. Sometimes, even one good habit can change your life. Waking up early, praying Fajr on time, reading a few verses of Qur'an, avoiding arguments, lowering your gaze, being kinder to people, being honest in small things, respecting your parents, making dua with consistency. These actions open spiritual doors that lead to financial doors. Because when the heart becomes clean, Allah sends blessings you didn't even ask for. This part of your transformation is about creating these small daily habits, slowly, gently, without burning yourself out. Allah does not expect perfection from you. He expects sincerity. Even if you start with one verse of Quran a day, one sincere dua, one honest effort, it is enough to begin a change. Remember, rizq moves toward the heart, that moves toward Allah. When you take one step spiritually, Allah opens a door practically. When you make one intention to change, Allah begins changing things around you. When you clean your heart, He cleans your path. This is how the Quran transforms your financial life, not through magic, not through shortcuts, but through guiding your heart into alignment with Allah. And once your heart changes, your destiny begins to change with it. When you reach day 4 of this 7-day Quranic financial journey, something inside you begins to shift. You start seeing money, blessings, and rizq in a new light. You realize that sustenance was never only about effort, it was also about the condition of your heart. And on this day, the Quranic reminder hits deeply. If you want Allah to open the doors of provision for you, you must open the doors of your heart for His mercy. And nothing opens the heart faster than sincere, quiet remembrance of Allah. So imagine yourself sitting alone, maybe early morning when the world is silent, or late at night when everyone else is sleeping. Your problems are still there. The bills are still there. The stress hasn't magically disappeared, but you take a breath, put your phone aside, and simply call on Allah with a heart that is tired but honest. You say, Ya Allah, I am trying, I am doing everything I can, but I need you. I need your help. And at that moment, your heart softens in a way money can never buy. Allah says, remember me and I will remember you. Think about that. The Lord of the universe who controls every form of wealth, every door of rizq, every opportunity, every unseen blessing, He remembers you when you remember him. He turns his attention toward you. He brings ease to your heart even before he brings solutions to your life. And that calmness, that peace, that is the beginning of your breakthrough. Many people think financial improvement starts from outside, a new job, a new business, a new opportunity. But the Quran teaches the opposite. Rizq begins inside you. When your heart is filled with dhikr, Allah fills your life with openings. When your heart becomes heavy with negativity, Allah's blessings become distant. So day 4 is about clearing the spiritual blockages that stop rizq from flowing freely into your life. Maybe for a long time you've been worried, anxious, and constantly imagining the worst outcomes. Maybe you've been drowning in fear. What if I lose this job? What if I can't provide? What if things don't improve? These thoughts exhaust the heart. They weaken your ability to trust Allah. And that trust, tawakkul, is one of the strongest magnets of rizq. So on day 4, your mission is simple. Replace fear with remembrance. Replace doubt with dua. Replace complaining with hope. You can start small. Even 5 minutes of dhikr can soften a heart that has been tired for years. Say Subhanallah and feel your worries lighten. Say Alhamdulillah and feel your blessings grow. Say Allahu Akbar and feel your heart rise above your problems. Say La ilaha illa Allah and feel the world become smaller and Allah become closer. You begin realizing that the real poverty is not the lack of money, it's the lack of connection with the one who owns money. And the real richness is not a big bank balance, it's a heart that trusts Allah completely. A heart like that becomes fearless. It knows that whatever Allah takes away, He replaces with something better. Whatever He holds back, He delays for a wisdom. Whatever He gives with divine precision. During this day, think back to all the moments in your life where Allah helped you in ways you didn't expect. Times you were stuck, yet a solution suddenly appeared. Times you were worried, and Allah sent ease from a direction you never imagined. Those moments are proofs. He never abandons you, and He will not start now. As you continue your remembrance, something beautiful happens. The problems don't instantly disappear, but you begin to change. Your heart becomes lighter, your thoughts become calmer, decisions become clearer. You start acting from peace, not panic. You start moving with confidence, not fear. And this new version of you attracts new opportunities, new ideas, new blessings. The Quran tells us that hearts find rest only in the remembrance of Allah, not in money, not in success, not in financial security. True rest comes from knowing that everything is written and everything will arrive exactly on time. So day 4 is your turning point. You stop chasing money with desperation and you start seeking Allah with sincerity. And when Allah becomes your priority, He makes sure you never remain in need. He sends rizq in forms you can count and forms you can't count. He brings people into your life who help you. He creates paths that didn't exist before. He puts barakah in your earnings, so your money stretches further than you could imagine. And as you sit in your quiet place, doing your dhikr, maybe tears fall, maybe you feel emotional, maybe you realize you had been carrying burdens alone for too long, but now, you finally surrender them to Allah. You say, Ya Rab, I trust you, I believe you will take care of me. And that trust itself is a form of worship. It is a form of healing. It is a form of wealth. So by the end of day 4, you understand something powerful. Allah is not just the provider, He is the one who guides your heart toward the provision He already wrote for you. And when your heart is right, your rizq naturally flows. When your soul is calm, your path becomes clear. When your remembrance increases, your doors of abundance start opening one by one. This day teaches you that wealth doesn't start from your hands, it starts from your heart. And a heart filled with dhikr is a heart Allah never leaves empty. Day 5 brings you to one of the most transformative parts of the 7-day Qur'anic financial journey, taking action with trust. Not action from panic, not action from fear, not action from frustration, but action that comes from faith, clarity, and a heart connected to Allah. Up until now, you've been building your inner world. You purified your intentions, you made sincere istighfar, you refreshed your hope, and you softened your heart with remembrance. Now Allah asks you to walk forward with all that strength inside you. Imagine waking up on this day with a different kind of energy. You still don't have all the answers. You still don't know exactly how things will unfold. But now you feel more grounded, more confident, more guided. You feel that Allah is with you. And when the believer feels that Allah is with them, even a small action becomes a doorway to huge blessings. Sometimes people think tawakkul means sitting still, waiting for miracles. But the Quran teaches a different picture. Every prophet moved, struggled, planned, worked, but their hearts were fully anchored in Allah. That balance is what you are learning today. You take steps, but the results are in His hands. You choose efforts, but the outcome comes from Him. And when you walk forward with this mindset, Allah opens unexpected doors. So day 5 is your day to act, but act with a heart that relies on Allah more than circumstances. Maybe you apply for new opportunities with a fresh mindset. Maybe you fix something in your business that you've been neglecting. Maybe you budget, maybe you study, maybe you start something small. The action doesn't have to be huge. It has to be sincere. It has to be done for the sake of improving your life in a halal, responsible, and hopeful way. And it has to be done with a belief that Allah will bless it. Think about the moment Prophet Musa alayhi salam stood before the sea. To any human eye, it looked impossible. A giant ocean in front, an army behind. But Allah told him to strike the sea with his staff, a small action that normally would do nothing. Yet, when it was done with trust, Allah split the sea. That's the lesson. Sometimes your actions may seem small, insignificant, or even useless. But when Allah places barakah in them, they create possibilities that you never imagined. So today, take the step, even if it's small. Apply for that job. Send that email. Start that skill. Clean up your finances. Fix your routine. Wake up early. Organize your day. Write down your goals. Begin the side business you've been delaying. Allah loves movement. He loves effort, and He promises that He will not leave the one who strives for His sake. On this day, remind yourself that rizq is already written, but the effort is your form of worship. When you work with a pure heart, your effort becomes a dua. Every step says, Ya Allah, I am trying. Every attempt says, I believe in your promise. Every moment of work becomes a seed that Allah can grow into something much bigger. Even if the result is delayed, nothing you do with sincerity is wasted. And maybe you will face small setbacks today. Maybe you'll try something and it won't work immediately. Maybe you'll feel a little discouraged. But this is where your transformation becomes real. Instead of breaking down like before, you remind yourself, Allah is testing me because something better is coming. You don't give up quickly anymore. You don't panic. You don't fall into negativity, because you now understand that delay is not denial. It's preparation. This day teaches you resilience, patience, and wisdom. You start seeing your financial struggles not as punishments, but as a training ground. Every challenge you went through has built you into someone stronger, someone more humble, someone more connected to Allah. Now you use that strength and connection to move your life forward. And as you take action, Allah begins to open small signs for you. You feel more productive. You feel more hopeful. You notice small blessings that you used to ignore. A new idea, a new opportunity, a supportive message, a small unexpected ease. These little signs are Allah's way of telling you, keep going, I am with you. By the end of this day, something shifts deep inside. You realize that financial transformation is not only about changing your income, it's about changing your mindset, your habits, your relationship with Allah, your trust, your discipline, your consistency. Money alone cannot transform your life, but a believer who works with tawakkul can transform everything around them. You end day 5 with a calm sense of strength. Not loud strength, not aggressive strength, but the type of strength that comes from knowing Allah will take care of you as long as you walk toward Him. You feel proud of your effort, you feel grateful for what you achieved, and you sleep knowing that the doors of rizq are no longer closed the way they once were. Now the sky of possibilities is beginning to open. This is the day you step into your role. A believer who works and a heart that trusts. A believer who moves and a Rab who guides. And with this combination, no financial hardship can hold you forever.